you might notice Charlotte's come with a prop this morning, so give you a little clue about what we're going to be doing. Okay, we're talking about kettlebell swings. They are a brilliant move.
Yeah.
So glad we use them in CF. Do you know why they're so good to have in CF?
Yeah, they are really good. They target what they call the posterior chain of muscles, which is a really fancy term for the muscles kind of down the back, so lower back, hamstrings and glutes.
Yeah, and the reason why that's important is because it's very hard in a circuit training, group training environment to hit those muscles. And it's not like those muscles aren't important. I mean, from a purely, JBH hotel swimming pool perspective, you want to have a nice backside, right? But from an actual safety perspective, it's very important to have strength throughout your entire musculature. Yes, we all want nice front of the body, but let's not forget everything's a system, right? So if you've got a weak lower back, weak glutes, weak hams, it's not going to be good. You're going to end up with injuries, and you're going to look like you're a flat-ass chicken. You don't want to be a flat-ass chicken.
It kind of helps as well if you're eventually going to move towards doing deadlifts and stuff. It's kind of got a similar bit of a movement pattern for that.
Absolutely,
so
both hit the posterior chain.
Yeah, so if you can kind of get a good kettlebell swing, when you come to deadlift, you'll have a rough idea of where you're supposed to bend from and the power, where the power comes from, and all that kind of stuff.
Very true. So what are the components of the kettlebell swing then, please, Charlotte?
Okay, so the first part is that you're going to keep the kettlebell nice and close to your body as you swing it between your legs, because we see a lot of people swinging it down here, which is wrong. That's when people say their back hurts. So you're going to keep it close to the frame of your body, I shall say, and then it's the hips that generate the power.
So you actually thrust, don't you?
Yeah, it's a small knee bend straight back, and then thrusting the hips. Usually I say to people, if you think about sexy time, and then they kind of go, oh, I get it. So that thrust, am I allowed to say that over breakfast?
Yeah.
So it's the hips as they thrust forwards, and then the body straight at the top. Legs, knees, hips extended fully at the top. Okay, as you get a bit stronger,
is that how you and Adam do it, is it?
With a kettlebell.
Well, do you do it like that way? Is that how you do?
No, but that the little hip thrust action. Yeah.
I wouldn't know, I'm celibate, Charlotte, but yeah, I mean, for all those easy lovers out there, for all those loose people, yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so she went through the form things. There's a couple of extra tidbits that I want to add in. Okay, there's two types of kettlebell swings: American and Russian. Okay, I think Russian is where you kind of just let wherever the kettlebell runs out of gas, it just comes back down. Okay, so you're literally all the force is coming from the hip.
That's a pretty good start.
It is a really good place to start. And then there's the American version, which is where you, at the top, when it runs out of gas, you just increase the velocity with a little bit of shoulder drag up to the top, so it comes directly up overhead. So a lot of fitness competitions use this one. It has to come directly overhead for the kettlebell to count. This version here is slightly harder. This version is slightly easier. They both are very effective. Another slight detail is that when you swing, try not to have completely straight. Don't lock your elbows out. Have a tiny bend in your arms, okay? It just seems to me you're a little bit more in control of the kettlebell. If you let go of it, you don't knock the person out over there. It doesn't fly off this way, it actually drops straight down. And practice, practice, practice.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say, just as final point here, is that don't be afraid of swinging with weight. If you are following the form that we just showed you there and you've got good technique in your kettlebell swings, a lot of women stay off the weight. They like to stick to the sort of 8s and the 10s, whereas you're much more powerful than that. And the difference between swinging a 16 and a 20 to a 10 and an 8 is absolutely, it's like a different station, isn't it?
Sometimes actually you can't get the right, it's harder to get the right form with a lighter weight because you'd never need to generate enough power because you can almost just go with your arms. So to really feel where the power comes from, just try it with a slightly heavier one, even just for a few reps to just get that feeling because the lighter ones.
It's good advice from Charlotte. Okay, all right, so I hope that was useful to you guys. We'll try to put some kettlebell swings in the next few workouts, and whenever you do get on that station, please apply the form guidelines that we showed you today. That's it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.